A short kick. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Texans scoop it. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Houston set to take over. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the Ball, 3 tight ends are out there. Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing again is Watson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Texans have taken the early lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. They'll run here with Robinson. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
James Robinson, the ball carrier.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers as they stop him behind the line. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Jaguars nothing.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That is caught at the 7. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 33 yards that time.
4-yard line.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Touchdown.
Darren Fells. There to go, and now they're going to fake it.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumble on the play. Recover.
And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down. And and now they're going to fake it. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now.
Now a hit and a loose football. Look at him go inside the 30. And the Texans scoop it. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And with great field position here, chance for some points before the break.
That's prime real estate. Just have to decide how they want to try and take their shot to try and put those points on the board.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Jaguars nothing.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And now out comes Houston. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
And 10.
To throw is Watson. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
Minshew quickly completing it out wide. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun is Minshew. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And now run Tyler Eifert. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyler Eifert, 49 yards. They're the notes here on that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. Perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. Past the 20. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Offense back out now for 1st and goal after the successful fake. Flush to his right. Toward the pylon, caught. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 2nd and goal from the 1. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. It's Deshaun Watson with a touchdown pass to Brandon Cooks. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop up.
And it's a Jacksonville touchdown. And that one travels out of bounds. So a bad break there, and that will thwart any chance that they had of coming back. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14.
Makes the score Texans.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. To throw on third down, Watson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
Today's final score, Texans 28.